How do you respond? Oh my God. How do you respond? Anyway, in a couple of seconds, we'll talk about that. I first want to reach out and say hello to the people in the chat, the inner circle, and the super chatters. I love and appreciate you. So, hi, John. Hi, Bill. Hi, Craig. Hi, Mary. Hi, Jody. Hi, Kai. Arthur. Hi, Chris. How are you? Great to have you on here. And I didn't say Craig. Craig, thank you for everything. And yeah, we're already a few seconds in, so let's go ahead and get going. Hello, my name is Robert Hollis. I hope you're having a wonderful and blessed day. And today's subject is how do I respond? It could have even been, what do I do? What do I do? And so the reason for this subject is yesterday we were doing the Ask Me Anything. And while we were doing the Ask Me Anything, some hackers took over. And when they took over and were putting very not good images and not good words, not saying good words, doing some pretty awful and evil things. And so I think the way that Bobby Hollis, see, that's the person I used to be 36 years ago. Bobby Hollis wouldn't have handled that correctly. I know that some of you would go, come on, you wouldn't go. Isn't it amazing when we talk about how do you respond? That my wife has this saying. I'll get back to my story. My wife has this saying where there's only one perfect driver in the world. There's only one perfect driver in the world, and that's her. That's her. So if you're in her way, if you're going too slow, if you're not using your blinker, if you're doing stupid stuff, you're stupid. See what I mean? There's no one that's a better driver than my wife. On the other hand, if someone comes pulling up on her back bumper, because they're in more of a hurry than she is, then those guys are flipping idiots as well. See, they're driving erratically, they're driving too fast. I think you guys are getting my point. That just downloaded to me because that's exactly the way when we respond. See, when we choose to respond to whatever it is, there's a huge group of people that don't respond enough. They don't respond enough, right? And then there's another huge group of people. I've never said this stuff in my life. There's another group of people that overreacted. Oh my God. Whoa. Hang on. That's a little overreaction. Wouldn't every one of you agree that at different times in our lives, different moments in our life, maybe some events or circumstances happen where I'm saying for me, not for you. And I'm also saying that, not for you, but maybe of some people that maybe under or overreacted, under or over responded. Isn't that good? It's like, so what's the perfect response to that, right? So isn't it hilarious? You'll get people like, hey, I can't believe Craig didn't say he was sorry. And they go, hang on. Let's go back and look at the recording. And I'm just using an example like we see on every reality show, right? Or any show. And it's like, watch right here. Hey, Craig, yeah, listen, I'm really sorry for that incident that happened. And Craig goes, yeah, but he didn't apologize in the right tone. He didn't apologize in the right way. Isn't this crazy how I just love people, but I find people fascinating. I find people doing people things every single day believing that they're doing what's supposed to be done, but no one else is either over or under responding or reacting. And so I just think I feel like I could stop right now, but I'm not. So the old Bobby that got you know, taking away from his parents when he was young, abused, after going through foster homes, abused in every way, uh, being with the wrong people, doing the wrong things, thinking the wrong things that ends up getting me into federal prison. um, I can honestly say to each and every one of you, the person that I used to be was probably not an individual that I'd suggest that you should hang around. If I wasn't quiet and said nothing, but when I did, it was like one of these people. Do you know of anyone that goes from a 0 to 1,000, not 0 to 100, 0 to 1,000 in record time? And I was one of those people, and I hope you guys laugh at this. It's sad, but I would tell people the only reason that I would go to a bar, we didn't have nightclubs. The only reason that I would go to a bar is for two reasons. All right. One is to find a girl that would sleep with me or get in a fight. And I didn't have any girls come home with me. So it was usually me getting in the fight. I was one of those a-holes. Listen closely. That out of nowhere, you just hear somebody going, "Who you looking at? What's your effing problem? Take a picture. It'll last longer." It's like, oh my God. Because I just had a lot of hurt, a lot of feelings, a lot of issues that I didn't know how to deal with. And so I would take it out on somebody else. And my biggest rap sheet was me beating the crap out of people that were picking on someone smaller than them. See, so when I was a kid, as long as I can remember, you know what I mean? 7, 8, 9 years old, 10 years old. I could only remember the awful things that happened to me, right? And so I was going to be the defender, right? I'm going to be the superhero and I'm going to put the cape on and I'm going to be the guy that defends for people that can't defend for themselves. And it got me locked up in jail a lot as a juvenile. And I'm not talking 3 or 4 times. I'm talking 20, 30 times. So it was always the person that was picking on somebody or a boyfriend or husband that was saying negative things to their girlfriend or wife, because I seen the abuse that my father not only did on me and my brothers, but also the abuse that he did on my mother. And so I know how to respond the wrong way. I felt like at times I was a master at it. Even the stuff that I did in stealing the beer truck. And by the way, you guys can get the free story by going to roberthollis.com/free and getting a free digital copy of it. But, I was doing that to please other people. Do you guys know anyone that's a people pleaser? And so what they do is they always go out and they're trying to please people. And then as they're trying to please them, the people pay zero attention. Zero attention. So it's not only the unrealistic expectations that if I was kicking the hell out of somebody because they were verbally or physically abusing their girlfriend or wife, right? That this girlfriend or wife, this woman would come to my aid. She would be like, "Hey, thank you so much for doing that." That's never the way it happened. It's like she was usually the one that was pulling my hair or jumping on my back, defending the person she loved, even though I was defending her. And it was like What are you doing? This person was just mean to you, and now you're taking their side? Ah? So short temper. The things that I even did, like I said, when I got incarcerated was I stole a beer truck. Why would I do that? I wasn't even a drinker. So I was doing this as a high school party because of a high school that I went back to in Williston, North Dakota. And I was going to do this to be the cool person. See, I was going to do this to be the cool person, right? Maybe this way the people think I'm cool and they love me and accept me. Oh my God, was I wrong there? So I immediately went from the person that was supposed to be the cool person that everyone liked, that was going to be the convicted felon. you know how many of you have ever responded and in your logic and your thoughts, your overthoughts, you go, wait a minute, uh I know you're mad at me, I know you're upset at me, but that was not my intention. See, so if you ever watch Judge Judy, isn't it hilarious that the intention of the way that people think, their perspective, their view is like everyone else looks at them and goes, "What? What?" So, filling out application and seeing that little box that you got to check, have you ever been convicted as a felon? It's like, I'm like, hey, you know what? So I see you check this. Why? Well, I had to spend a year in the penitentiary for stealing a beer truck. Um, and I used all that beer and gave it to kids my age. Uh, and a majority of them were underage. And it's like, what is wrong with you? Oh, you don't understand. See, I had just moved to this high school. And see, we want to tell people the justification, right? We want to tell them the justifications, the reason that we did it, the intent of what we were doing, and how everything was going to smell like roses and be wonderful. And that was in my logic. All right. So yesterday, I'm actually talking about this on the Ask Me Anything, right? And for those of you that were on it, or those of you that watch it now recorded, it's a short AMA. And the reason that it's a short AMA is I know a lot of people don't like to do this, right? There's only one perspective, remember, the perfect driver. You're the perfect responder. You're the perfect person that knows how to deal with mourning, or deal with someone that verbally or physically attacks you. Your way is the only way. Your way is the only way. The other people over respond and overreact, and the other people under respond and underreact, right? And so I have had a little experience with this because I put myself out there. In fact, a lot of it is with Craig. And so my when I said in the video, I think we're being hacked, Craig's response was, yes, we are. And we shut it down. We shut it down. We tried to come back, but the hackers were still there. And the first thought that I have now, a little more mature, is what did I do? See, a lot of people do not want to take personal responsibility for anything. And I know what some of you might be saying, because when these guys hacked, they not only said awful things, but they had awful pictures. They were doing awful things in the pictures. And so, yeah, there's a place where you get to panic, right? So, right away, the response should be, we got to get mad at them. It's them, these awful human beings, them. Then another response could be, how could Zoom, the company Zoom, and maybe even YouTube. We were streaming on YouTube. How can these billion-dollar corporations allow this to happen? See, it's their fault. They should have the security set better. They should not allow hackers to get in their software. We want to blame the people that I'm pretty sure make money off customers like us that pay them. And I'm pretty sure that they wouldn't want this to happen, right? But someone's got to be a blame. Someone's got to be. I have an amazing team around me, Craig and Matthew. Um, why don't I, Craig? I can't believe that you allowed this to happen. Matthew, had a personal thing with Hannah. One of Hannah's aunts were in the hospital. Say some thoughts and prayers for them. I don't know if she's going to make it. Had a blood thing in her head. So Matthew had already told us I'm not going to be on there. Me and Hannah, because Matt's met her numerous times. So that's where they were yesterday. So I think that was a good response, is just allow him, listen, don't worry about it. And then Craig gets on here, and he is such an incredible professional that it's like, why didn't Craig know about these settings? Why did Craig allow this to happen? See, do you guys see the number of responses that a person could have? Let me tell you mine. Mine was, what's my responsibility? What's my responsibility? And I kick back. Step one is walk away. So immediately what we did is click. I said, let's go. Let's go. I everything that I could do to shut it down as fast as I can. And then everyone's like, well, what do we do now? Are we going to build another link? Are we going to suspend it? I mean, have another one? Everyone wants to know what the proper response is. I had people reach me out on every messenger. Hey, are we going to keep doing it? Craig was doing it. It's like all this stuff is happening, right? And then Craig launches a link and says, listen, I don't know how the hackers still got on there, but they're still on there. I go, I just don't think that we should reopen it up. Then I decided another response to that would be to, just do a Facebook Live on YouTube, finishing out the topic that we were talking about. When I attempted to do that, YouTube said, I'm sorry, you're not able to stream right now. Try again. I tried again and I couldn't do it. Immediately, just let go and let God. See, I've been in places, and Craig's a perfectionist, man. He's amazing. So I've watched Craig, deal with this, where I'm going to figure out what went wrong. We're going to make this right. I'm going to talk to every tech person in the world. We're going to make sure this never happens again. And I just felt a peace that, just let it go. There's no really need for a response right now. The guy that used to, be car rage, I'm very, very peaceful. I don't want and will not allow, to the best of my ability, of someone to pull me out of my joy, to pull me out of the presence, to pull me out of the vortex and the energy. I need to just click and stay there. And so I said to Craig, hey, listen, we're done. Go about your day. And this will resolve itself. Everything's okay. This too will pass. This too will pass. This too will pass. Be quiet, sit back, pray, meditate, stay in the space, allow it to resolve itself. So I get up this morning and I'm praying and thinking about it. And I've never done this before. Never, ever, ever have I done this before. What I did is, while Craig was, talking to you guys about the normal stuff that he talks about. Bill, thank you so much for being a super chatter. The children are going to love it for sure. I love you. I appreciate you, and all super chatters in Inner Circle. So the next step that sort of happens is I get up this morning into my prayer and meditation. I've never done this before, and I don't know why I did it yesterday. But I clicked on Zoom, the invitation link, and I went to my Facebook page and I put live now and the Zoom link. I then did it to the vision group. I then did it on my personal page. I've never done this before. Why'd I do it yesterday? Then I went and I put it on Twitter. And then I went and put it on LinkedIn. So stepping back, not looking to blame Craig or Matthew for not being there, or blaming Zoom, or blaming YouTube, or blaming the hackers, the people that are in a dark place. That's the only way they get attention. They were never ever shown any other way of falling in love with themselves. So I look and I say to each and every one of you that watch this live or recorded, would you please find it in your heart to forgive me? See, I am the one that posted the Zoom link. I am the one. So another thing that people do is they want to know what they want to know. Remember, we did a video. It's like, how much do you need to know? Do you need to know everything? And I see people, and Craig is one of these people as well. It's like, damn it, we still got to figure this out. But I hung around mentors that said, if I were you, I wouldn't take that class. That's interesting. Right? And so I am taking personal responsibility for sending that Zoom out, and people want to figure it out. And maybe people are going, well, maybe they have a program that as soon as you post a Zoom link, that they then send it to their bunch of evildoers, and they all jump on and do stuff that they shouldn't do. See, even though I take personal responsibility and tell you guys to please find it in your heart to forgive me, I know a lot of you are going, it's not your fault. It's those so-and-sos. And we got to figure out how to stop them. And we got to figure out how to stop this injustice and all this negative stuff going on. I'm just going to let go and let God do it. But I am doing this video, and I think it would be really cool to maybe take this video after that AMA. See, so now I'm thinking of creative thoughts of things happen because they happen. We're the ones that say, that's evil, bad driver, crazy driver. See, we're the ones within our own belief and principles and programming that everything's either one way or everything's the other way. How many times do you think that you've felt like someone did something exactly the way you think they should have? Whoa. Hey, that was a perfect reaction. That was a perfect response. So this even comes back to the thing where, someone all of a sudden decides that they're going to go to another company, or somebody decides that they told you they were going to be your best affiliate. Now that you found me, man, you can quit forever. And it's like they ghost us. They don't respond anymore. How dare this person not be excited and motivated to change their lives and watch a video? And if they watch a video, they should react just like me. They should react just like me. They should watch the video, create an account, buy something, and then share it with the world, hit 1K, hit 5K, go all the way to super affiliate master. That's what they should do. That might be unrealistic expectations. See, is as soon as we go from unrealistic or our expectations, as soon as we let that go, as soon as we let that go, immediately not allow it to take another millisecond of our time, zero, zero time. And we don't have to keep it alive. I don't know about you guys, but other than the people that reached out to me and said what happened, and I just said, listen, no big deal. We'll just we're not doing any others. We'll figure it out. We'll go do something different. We'll move on. Do you guys realize that there might have been a lot of people that seen that and they probably told us, "Oh my god, oh my god, did you see that the AMA got hacked? And did you see the awful things that they not only had on video, but what they wrote on screen? We need to do a rally about this. We need to print up some T-shirts. We gotta be the kind of people that picket, YouTube. And oh, wait a minute, YouTube's owned by Google, and then Google is a subsidiary of the company called Alphabet, one of those trillion-dollar companies. But we gotta contact everyone we can and make sure that we find out the people that support them and we stop buying from them. So we're going to do a boycott of all the people that advertise with them. And what we need to do is do social posts all over the social network that you need to leave these billion and trillion dollar companies. How dare they? We're going to make a stand. We're going to go in the streets. We're going to really make a difference. Pretty interesting, huh? So last night, what I did is not only forgot about it, told Craig he needs to walk away. Um, I will go back in once the video processes and take that back part off. So now you hear, hey, I think we're being hacked, and I think Craig says, yeah. I don't know if I cut it out before Craig, but you don't get to see any of the awful stuff. And then I uploaded it and shared it with the world. And now I plan on tagging this video after it. So, or adding it to it, whatever, point to it. We'll do something. But I need to move on. Didn't allow it to take any second of time away from me ever. And then last night, some of you know that I'm MMA fans. And so, I get on there and the world is reacting to this guy named Sean Strickland. That's pretty out there. And he's one of those Rocky stories, so the world champion, Israel Asante, they call him Izzy. He's going to go in the Hall of Fame. He's one of the best middleweights that's ever fought. And, Sean Strickland had a 7-1 that he was just going to be destroyed in this fight. He not only goes to this fight, but he goes to Australia where, Israel Adesanya's the champion. I'll just call him the champion. The champion's, gym is there. This is where he grew up. This is where he trains. This is where his team and his everywhere. So he's going into enemy territories. And the universe had some different ideas. And Sean Strickland, a 7-1 shot, like a Rocky story, won the world championship last night. It will go down in the top 5, if not top 2, biggest upsets in combat fighting. Not just mixed martial arts, boxing, everything. And so I'm watching this, and afterwards, they always do what is called a post-conference, right? A post-fight conference. And Izzy walks out there, the old, world champion, and walks out there and says, Sean Strickland was just a better fighter tonight. I don't have an answer. I'm going to turn it over to my coach. I know no one's ever done this before, but I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. So I want to go have breakfast and be around my family and hang out with the people that love and support me. Gone. His coach comes out there and says, a month ago, he fought a guy that took his championship belt away, and he's beat him 3 times, even knocked him out. And that world champion knocked out the guy that took his belt away to become the world champion that lost tonight. So that night, the universe was the best for us. Everything, we talk about the stars aligning and everything. And it was a magical night. Tonight, we're in this universe. And in this universe, we lost the world championship. We're going to have to go back to the drawing board. We're going to have to put together a new game plan. But for now, we're just going to take some time off. Get back around the people that love and care for us, that have learned that you shouldn't jump to conclusions and be talking about when's the rematch, when is this going to happen, when is that going to happen. I'm just not going to respond to those right now. So I put a post out there that I'll close with. Life is 10% what happens to you, and 90% on how do you respond to it and how much time it takes away. And there's a very common theme that I shared with the inner circles that I was sharing in the AMA about, again, where do we get this programming where we got to take something so personal? And we know in life's like a roller coaster that things go up and down, up and down, up and down. And like the video that Craig did for us on the YouTube channel, it's like we always hear that this too will pass, but we're always talking about the negative things, the struggle, when evildoers or bad things happen to us. Someone hacked into our bank account, took some money, or someone scammed us, or we got in a car accident, or all these someone locked up my social media account. See, this too will pass. But what I love about the video that Craig created, and thank you, Craig, was we don't think about that much when we're at our high spots. So when everything is going good, we don't have a tendency of going, this is going to pass. That this, it's going good right now, but this is going to pass. And then when you look at some of the most awful things that have ever happened to you in your life, how much time is it going to take in your life a week from now, a month from now, a year? See, I know people that have been attacked, abused, scammed, lied to, had their heart crushed. And every moment, every millisecond, every thought, you're allowing them to steal that from you. You're allowing them to steal your peace, your joy, running in the vortex, being enthusiastic and thesos God within. You're allowing all the people that wronged you, all the people that hurt you, you're allowing them to still victimize you. And this is such a common theme in the world since history started, that you have the wisest people in the world say, you want someone to suffer, but you're drinking the poison wanting to kill them. Because you can't choose, wait a minute, you can choose to think a good thought instead of a bad thought. So then it goes over the deep end. All of a sudden, regardless of the spiritual belief that you're in, or whether you go to therapy, they not only talk about forgiveness, but they say you should thank the people that wronged you, that you're supposed to love them, that you're supposed to pray for them. Are you out of your mind? Because, see, that's the opposite which the rest of the world does. So the other Sean Strickland, if don't YouTube this if you don't like swear words and really crazy swear words. But then they interviewed the new world champion, Sean Strickland. And this guy, wow, some of the stuff that comes out of his mouth is offensive to me. I'm like, what? And as he says it, he knows that it's way out there, so he tries to retract it, and he's one of these guys that just keeps digging a bigger hole. You know what I mean? And so they're interviewing him, and they're going, "What's it feel like to be a world champion?" And he goes, "Listen, the only reason that I fight is the UFC saved me. The UFC saved me because I had an abusive father that beat me and my mom up. My mom would always put me, and I just needed to learn to fight to protect myself and learn to protect my mom." And he says, "So when I fight, it allows me to make the income so I can take care of my hobby of finding other children that need to feel better, to feel like they can accomplish something, they could be a part of a team." So he has a MMA gym. And he's like, "I want to take care of young kids that don't know where else to go to feel loved and feel appreciated and feel like they can do something. So this only finances my hobby to take care of kids like me because the UFC saved my life. This belt, this championship, who I fight next, that means absolutely nothing." Was I happy when I won the world championship? For a few minutes, but now it's time to go out and make a difference for other people. What? So everybody wants this guy to say, "I said I was going to win. I've always dreamt about being a world champion." And then he said something really weird, really weird. He goes, "This championship belt that's sitting here," he says, "do I get to take this home? I don't even know how this effing works. Do I get to take this belt home? Well, what is it? I gotta pass it to the next guy that kicks my ass? What I don't understand." He goes, "What does this even cost?" And one of the reporters said, "A replica belt is about $1,700." And he goes, $1,700? He goes, that makes no sense to me." And then he points to the belt and he holds it up, and he goes, "Yeah, some people say that I guess I should thank my father for being an alcoholic and beating the shit out of me, and my brothers and my siblings and my mom. I guess I should thank my abusive childhood and trauma for this world championship and this $1,700 belt." So I believe that everything's a miracle. And then events, situations, everything. And I know there's a lot of awful stuff out there. I know there's a lot of awful stuff, but in the darkness, I need to be the biggest light that I can be. There is another way to respond. There is another, and I'm far from perfect. Are you kidding me? I'm far from perfect. I was totally instantly offended by what happened to the AMA. I was immediately very offensive. The old Bobby would have hired someone to find out where they are and maybe fly and drive to their location to teach them a lesson. Well, at least this hacker is not going to log into somebody else's Zoom. No, totally forgot about them, except for right now. So I hope this video helped you. I hope this video helped you. Is there ever a perfect way to respond? Is there ever a perfect way to respond? Because with all the evil and the injustice in the world, I guess everybody will always either under respond or over respond based on your belief and your perspective. I love and appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching this video. If I believe in you. If I can do this, you can do this. And if no one's giving you permission to be happy and successful and be that inspiration and light for others, let me give you that permission because my mentors did it for me. I love and appreciate you so much. And thank you again for watching and have a great day. Bye for now.